What's going on, guys? Rob with 3 Strong here. In front of me I have 4 different kinds of nuts. I'm going to talk about nuts today. And the reason I want to talk about nuts is because I think people don't have a good understanding of what the nutrient content of these things is. He actually wants some right now, so he's just going to be in the video sitting there if you don't mind. So anyway, I have these 4 half-cup servings of nuts. I have almonds, peanuts, cashews, and macadamia nuts. I went with a half cup because the serving size is actually a quarter cup. And really, are you going to eat a quarter cup? I don't think so. You going to eat a quarter cup? No, you're going to have a half cup. So let me go over the nutrients here, the calories, the fat, the carbohydrates, and the proteins. And it's going to be very eye-opening in terms of those numbers. Might be a little bit surprising. So all these values are for a half cup of each of these nuts. Let's start with the macadamia nuts. These ones are very rich, kind of an oily nut. There's actually 420 calories just in this half cup, this half cup right here. And most of those calories actually come from fat. You have 42 grams of fat just within this little half cup here. Is that a bad thing? Well, if you're trying to lose weight, you can actually get a lot of calories out of these things, so maybe that's not the best choice for you. If you are leading a fairly active lifestyle and you don't mind having those fat calories, especially if you're doing a low-carb diet, this really isn't going to be too bad. Since it's very high in fat, it's very low in carbohydrates and proteins. There's only 4 grams of protein in this whole half cup. So if you're looking for nuts as a protein source, macadamia nuts isn't your best choice. It's a good fat source. Cashews, 393 calories in this one. So not a huge difference between the macadamia nuts and the cashews here. We have 31 grams of fat, so still a relatively high fat content. 22 grams of carbohydrates, and then we have 10 grams of protein. So slightly lower in fat, higher in carbs, but overall there's only a difference of 27 calories between the macadamia nuts and the cashews. So still very rich calorie source out of those. Peanuts, tried and true. We have 340 calories in this half cup. 30 grams of that is in fat, 8 grams of that is in carbs, and 14 grams of that is in protein. So still a relatively high fat source, but we have a little bit more protein in the peanuts and the cashews and the macadamia nuts. Last, finally not least, the almonds. This is actually the lowest calorie content out of all these. And you can actually tell because almonds are a lot drier. When you pick up peanuts or cashews or the macadamia nuts, you can actually feel the oils, and that's the fat. So you can feel that fat on your fingers. Almonds being drier, their fat content is much lower. They have 22 grams per half cup, 18 grams of carbohydrates, and then you have 12 grams of protein. So these things are very rich in calories because of the fat content. And that's, for the most part, going to be across the board with any of the nuts that you choose to go with. Point of this whole discussion is, if this is going to be your snack, don't make it a huge snack. Don't make it a huge part of your day. You know, maybe you say, hey, I'm going to have a half cup over the course. Oops, I'm going to have a half cup over the course of my whole box. And then this one's actually going to get posted anyway. I don't give a shit. So anyway, over the course of the whole day, you know, if you're trying to watch your calories, Riley's now eating them. If you're trying to watch your calories, then minimizing the amount of nuts that you consume over the course of the day is probably best. If you're looking for protein, not the best source of protein, because every gram of protein you get out of nuts, you get 2 to 3 times, even 4 times the amount of fat. So what do you want more of, protein or fat? And you pick. I'm going to eat the rest of these almonds, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right.